It's going, so whenever you're ready.
Hi, I'm Melissa Wolfe. I teach senior English, and I am asking questions to a grown teacher from my fifth bell class. Number one, my friend likes my other friend's ex-girlfriend, and he and this ex-girlfriend are hanging out and kissing and doing stuff. My other friend feels very betrayed and spends his nights shaking and puking and crying. Should friend one keep doing skep things with friend two's ex-girlfriend? In the past year, he has tried to get with the same friend's sister. Please help. I think the best thing that you could try to do is to question whether said friend who does such skep things is really a good friend or not, and maybe change your social choices, because I don't think you can trust that friend very much. What book do you hate that everyone else seems to love? Well, I very much hate The Lord of the Rings, but under the peer pressure of one Brennan Shanks, I'm going to try it again and see if I like it better this time. Who's your favorite student? That is too hard to actually decide when I'm having such a fabulous year. And just as I tell my daughters, although they both think I'm lying, that I love them the same, that's actually true. It's too hard to pick, especially in the class of 2015. What were you like in high school? I think I was pretty much the same as I am now. I were interested in much of the same things. I played volleyball, basketball, and softball. I was in student council, and I was very much engaged as a student, so I tried to do too much probably, and why I try to tell my students over and over again to do as I say, not as I did. When did you peak? When was your prime, and why? I hope that I haven't peaked yet, and I think that a big reason of why I feel that is like staying involved with young people, staying involved in it with students keeps me engaged with things, keeps me excited about coming to work, keeps me young or young-ish, and so I feel like I haven't peaked. Every year brings new personalities and new challenges, and so I hope I keep feeling that way and that I don't peak. What's your life motto? I know that I make you read a lot of heavy literature by really deep thinkers, but actually my favorite motto is by Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec, and he said very wisely that you should never half-ass two things, you should always whole-ass one thing, and I think that is very wise, and I'm trying to do that more and more, though I'm not very good at it. Bruce Campbell or Johnny Depp, circa Nightmare on Elm Street, always Johnny Depp, because that was about the same time as the original 21 Jump Street, and he was adorable then and has stayed adorable, so I'm going to have to say Johnny Depp. What is one of your most embarrassing moments? I don't get embarrassed very easily, but I would say that once one of my students was moving, he was going to Chicago to live, and he gave me a goodbye kiss in front of everybody, and that was quite awkward and embarrassing. Boxers or briefs? I was kind of surprised that Mr. Whitman would not answer that question. I wear neither, but I would say that I probably prefer the hybrid boxer brief concept. What's your favorite thing about Jacob Wong? There are so many wonderful things about Jacob Wong, but I think my favorite is that while he is constantly amused by all of the shenanigans of his buddies, that he is able to be amused by them without being caught up in their nonsense. And that's when he laughs, his very quiet laugh at them, that's one of my favorite things about Fifth Bell and about Jacob. Where was your first kiss? Was it good? My first kiss was after the 8th grade dance by a really nice guy who has gone on to become a JAG lawyer, and he was a really good guy. looking back, we both had braces at that point in time, so I think it was probably not a very high quality kiss. How would you react if one of your students dated your daughter? If they were guys in my 5th bell or my 3rd bell class, I would probably be walking on air. That would make me very happy. And a follow-up question to that, if you had to choose somebody in this class to be your son-in-law, who would you choose? Again, trying to pick favorites would be hard, but I think that I would have to choose, as we have chosen him many, many times, for many wonderful things throughout the year, a young man not in my class, Mark Hancher. I think Mark Hancher is a good answer for any question of that kind. Have you ever attempted twerking? No, my daughters would be absolutely horrified if I did, so I have not tried to twerk. If you could have a 1-hour conversation with any author, past or present, who would it be and why? We've not yet read his book, Let the Great World Spin, but my 1-hour conversation would very much be with Colin McCann. I think he is one of the best writers I've ever read. I love his Irish accent. And if I were single, he definitely would be the author I would want to try to stretch the 1 hour into longer than 1 hour with. What's your funniest memory as a teacher so far? It would have to be our holiday friends, 5th Bell's holiday friends gift exchange, and the response of Heath and Beth and Joseph on to their gifts, which they adored. And I think that Ellie and Taylor could never have anticipated the response that they got. So that's definitely 18-year-old men running around on desk is very amusing. Rank in order of attractiveness, I would have to say, I'll build to my number 1, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and number 1, Batman, with George Clooney as Batman. I know you guys probably like someone later, but I would have to say George Clooney as Batman would definitely be number 1 in attractiveness. So, thanks for the questions. Thanks for all of the good times throughout 5th Bell, and I look forward to 2nd semester.